Why isn't Margot Robbie nominated for Best Actress this year? It makes no sense! I know, dude. The Oscars snubbed her again this year.
Hey guys, what's up? What long faces? So sad.
Why? I'll tell you why. Margot Robbie didn't get nominated for a damn thing this year. That's why.
Wait, really? Why didn't she tell me?
Why the hell would she tell you? What, are you guys like best friends or something like that? Like,
Bet.
No way, really?
dude, relax. He's not being serious.
Hey Margot, you mind coming down to that shop that I told you about? Yeah? Oh, alright, thanks. Watch. Just watch.
Eventually.
Hey, boys.
No way.
Oh my god, Sean!
Told you.
What the hell, Sean? That's just Nick in a wig.
You bite your tongue!
Look, if Nick is Margot Robbie, then I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You're the Rock. What are you cooking?
Look, can we get serious here for a second? All right, can we just start filming already?
Don't be so rude. I'm sorry, Margot.
It's okay, Shanine. You play with presents.
Oh, I know.
Bye, handsome. Play it, loser! Marco, out! Whoo, man! I think I almost fell out the bucket. The torque on this thing is wild. Who's next?
Hold up. But he just... And then he just... Yep.
What did I miss?
Recording at 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 184. My name is Rene.
Nick, this is Bryan.
And welcome to the show, everyone.
Hey! 184, baby. Can you believe we're 16 episodes or 16 issues away from 200?
Oh my God.
I know.
I thought we would have killed each other by
I
now.
know, seriously. Or
We've
one of us has
survived.
left.
We've left?
No, if one of us has left.
Oh, I
already by
thought you
then.
said like one of us is left. I'm like, who left?
Yeah, who
Who's
knows?
the secret host that we didn't know about?
What you don't know is that me and you are dead. Renee killed us months ago.
Yeah.
We're just figments of Renee's imagination.
It's like
That's
This
a skit
entire
idea.
building and like the reality
Yeah.
of what people are watching is completely
what
destroyed.
you don't
There's
know
no
is
comic book store at all. It's just me
Renee's a
inside
padded-
of an empty loft. Like,
No, it's just Renee in a
What do you
padded
think?
room.
Yeah.
It's Renee in a padded room. Just
shot to me like in a straight jacket.
The tattoo you have of
Yeah.
Batman right there, you
Yeah.
actually etched
It's
it
just
out.
etched it. No,
Cut
it's
it
just
in
my shit. Like, it just etched right there. Like,
Dune.
Dude. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Renee, where can people find us real quick?
on the internet.
Oh my god, why are you so like this, dude?
Because people can find us on Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube.
I don't know why you threw it to
Oh
me.
my, because I was writing the cuss word you just said right now in the first minute 45
Keeping Up with the
seconds.
Nerds at YouTube.com.
No.
Then you can also
Check
find us
out
on Twitter, Tumblr. We went back to Tumblr.
MySpace.
MySpace. It is Are You Still There at Keeping Up with the Nerds. MySpace.com. Tom is a friend. He's a fan of the show.
He's the number one fan.
He's #1 fan.
Yeah.
KeepingUpWithTheNerds.com.
Mhm.
Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, X.
Mhm.
Check out our YouTube. YouTube.com/Keeping Up with the
I know
Nerds.
you
Check
were-
out
yeah.
our. Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late. don't
Why do
care.
you keep throwing it to me?
Why you throw it at me?
Audio
I don't like
platforms,
expect things from me.
Spotify, Apple
I
Podcasts,
just work here.
I know.
and Podbean, soon YouTube Music.
I don't know why that's become a thing at my office.
What?
What?
Where you mess with people till like they're mentally insane?
That, but also where a lot of us like we've been getting asked questions and our response has been for the last week of I don't know, I just work here. Like, hey, are we supposed to put this document in this file? I don't know, I just work
I
here.
don't
So
know.
I was feeling very dickish on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
And
So what'd you do?
This guy comes in and we have like an empty spot where a comic was.
What'd you do?
He comes in, he's just looking around, but I can already tell he's not gonna buy anything. He comes in, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I know exactly what he's gonna ask. He goes, "Oh, what used to be in this empty spot here?" And I go, "A comic book." And he just looks at me. He goes, "Oh, well, I assumed that it was a comic book." I go, "Yeah, it was Dead X-Men that sold it." He's, "Oh, okay." He immediately didn't like it, and then like walked around for 5 minutes and then walked out. I was like, "Yeah,
But what was the point of asking what was in the spot? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It's not like you can buy it anyways.
right,
I don't have any more.
yeah." See, that's why I do sometimes act the way I do when people ask like oblivious questions like
What
that.
did you say to me? You act this way when the questions are self-explanatory.
Yeah.
So like if you're asking a dumb question
Mhm.
like, well, why is this room cold? It's 'cause
Oh,
the
yeah.
AC's turned on.
Yeah.
Like what do you expect? Like what do you want me to tell you? You
Yeah.
know?
That one time when that guy's like, "Oh, it's hot in here." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You have the heater on? Are you cold?" Yeah. When I'm cold, I put on the heater. When I'm hot, I put on the AC.
Duh.
Yeah, and it's always dads that do that. That
dad
ask.
jokes,
It's
dude.
those stupid dad questions / dad jokes.
You know, I was watching Daddy's Home 2,
Mhm.
What?
and I don't know what it is about that movie with Mel Gibson, but I don't know for some
I
reason.
forgot that had
The
Mel
scene-
Gibson in it.
The scene where the daughter is messing with a thermos.
Oh yeah, and all three of them, except for Mark Wahlberg, are like freaking out.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, what is this madness?"
yeah, she keeps putting up the thermostat. Like,
Do you know how much money we're wasting?
yeah,
Even Brad's got his home in order.
yeah. He was like, "Please tell me you don't let her mess with the thermostat at your own house." Well, I mean, she's like, "Oh no, like, it's like anarchy." Like,
What is going on?
yeah.
You ever seen Daddy's Home 2?
Uh-uh.
Oh.
Apparently, I mean, like the classic dad thing is,
Don't touch the thermostat.
You don't touch the thermostat. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, no, it's
Mhm.
always supposed to stay at a brisk like 72 degrees. That's fine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's like she keeps messing with it because
Mhm.
she likes sleeping with her window open.
Mhm.
Oh.
So she's raising the heater all the
I
way up.
understand that.
Mhm.
I don't understand why you put the heater on, you try to circulate the air, but then you like do that and then you open windows up. Like it just
That's why we invented fans. If you want to circulate the air, just turn on the fans. Don't put it
Savages.
directly at you, at the corner of your room, so you can feel the.
In the comments, tell me who likes to sleep with the fan and or window open.
I do sometimes in the summer.
Really?
Yeah, in the
Mhm.
summer I'll open the windows up.
I'm gonna bring a ladder to your house.
Do it. Go ahead. See what happens, dude.
Climbing through the
And
window.
he's all like,
Just right next to you. Brian,
Brian. He's like,
do you want to play?
Actually, by where I live, they lit a trash can on fire like almost a year ago.
That's sick. Did you go outside and go?
No.
The roof is on fire.
No, it was funny.
And Brian's
'cause,
like, "Oh, dude, I got all this stuff to burn. Let's go!"
I got
No.
all these Bibles.
No, apparently they lit one of the dumpsters that was outside on fire, and it was like serial. What is it called? When you
Killers?
arson? No,
Oh.
not serial killers.
They threw a
Jesus
body
Christ,
in there.
I was really
After
hoping he was
watching
gonna go, "Yeah."
Listen. After watching The Rookie, I'm like a little more attentive than I am
Mhm.
than I usually am when
And
I'm
code
on, like,
names and stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh dude, the number of times
Yeah.
like I'm with my wife. And then she's always just like, "Oh my god, could you imagine if a cop did this?" And I'm like, "Set him Adam 15,
7 out of 15.
7 out of 15.
set him Adam 19."
Adam
Responding to a
15.
code, whatever they say.
118.
Dude, Bradford's so cool, dude.
118.
Dude, oh my god, I'm so
I told
glad.
you. I told you.
I'm
Bradford.
so glad
Mhm.
that someone convinced my wife to watch The Rookie. Dude.
Yeah.
I've been trying so hard, but
Yeah.
like I have no success. You
You know,
guys
you-
were telling me.
You could
Yeah.
be your independent person and just
I
watch it on
can,
your
but
own.
here's the problem: when I do, and then she discourages it, I get discouraged to watch anymore. It's why I don't watch
Yeah.
anime at home.
Then that's when you go like, "Oh,
You're describing a wonderful
yeah, this is a great
like
relationship.
marriage right now.
It's a great marriage."
You're making me so excited to get married.
Yeah. My wife
Mandy doesn't do
discourages
that
the
to you?
things I love.
Like when she like watches it, she's like, she kind of does with like Dominic and like WWE. Does
Well,
she?
certain,
Like certain things?
certain things. I think when I actually do I do it to her. So,
Oh, okay, so
because
you're the opposite.
she's right now she just got done watching Has Been Hotel.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you were gonna watch that.
A lot of people ask me if I've watched it yet, and I haven't. Mostly because I'm not too fond of a lot of adult animations right away. I think the only adult animation I like is Rick and Morty and Simpsons.
Bob's Burgers.
A little bit of Bob's Burgers, depends on the episode.
You don't like Archer?
I think I tried a little bit of Archer. I couldn't get into it
Archer's
right
a quiet
away.
taste.
But
I love Archer.
I think because I don't know, it's just weird. Like I think everyone was getting to Family Guy, American Dad, the Cleveland Show, and I was like, okay.
It's in its second season, right?
What?
Has Been Hotel.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
What's
kind
it
of
on?
want to start watching it
Prime.
because I didn't know that Stephanie Beatrice is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Voice of
Brandon
or
Rogers.
Rosa.
Yeah, Brandon
From Brooklyn
Rogers.
Nine-Nine.
She's getting a lot of work.
No, good for her.
The YouTuber Brandon Rogers is attached to it.
Really?
So I think so. Yeah.
Huh.
I think
I'll
that's
give
why
it a
she
watch.
watches it. Yeah.
I'll give it a watch when Andy's on.
She's also the main character
I know
in
there's a lot
Encanto.
of just stuff. But I think she was telling me about it, and I was kind of like dismissing. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever and stuff. But
She's really liked by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
They're buddies.
Yeah,
They're
'cause
like real life friends.
He keeps on. He puts her in most of his stuff.
But that's similar like to a lot of people in Hollywood. Like James Gunn has like
His brother.
friends and yeah, exactly. They bring in people constantly.
Michael-
He just found his composer for Superman.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He announced on Instagram not that long ago,
Is
like
it Michael Giacchino?
I forget, but it was like on Thursday.
Hans
He's like,
Zimmer.
no. Can you imagine
I
Hans
like
Zimmer doing
Hans Zimmer
Superman
right now.
Legacy?
My freaking score for the Batman's beautiful.
Oh, for the Batman, Matt
The
Reeves.
Batman.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude,
The Batman.
such a great movie. Okay, let's get to the show because we've got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a pretty packed show, and I don't want it to be 2 hours long. What?
Some good news, some sad news.
Yes.
I want to.
You want what?
Oh, I thought we were doing the other thing.
No, we're
No,
not
we're
doing
doing
it
comic
yet.
strips.
Yeah, thank you. See, that's the
Yeah.
patience. But before we do, we went to go watch Argylle, and I went to go pick up the legendary popcorn buddy.
Fleshlight.
The flashlight.
Go ahead and show the camera that nice little hole.
Oh, dude, look
Oh!
at this. Oh, dude.
I want you to put your hand in it. Tell me
Yeah.
if you can get popcorn out.
And then close it into
You
the
gotta
fist.
shove it in there.
Oh,
It's stuck.
no.
You
Came
know, right?
apart.
That happens
Dude,
once in a
could you
while.
imagine
I've
being?
seen a couple of videos where the hand gets stuck. Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine being in the? Could you imagine being in the movie theater and like you're like, oh, all right, let me get my popcorn, and then you like get it, and then you're like, dang it, and then
No,
you
I mean,
open it and it
so-
opens sideways, and
Yeah.
all the popcorn goes all over your lap.
I mean, that's the thing too, is that if you have hairy arms,
It gets stuck.
they get stuck, and then it's slightly because the silicone or the rubber is pulling on your arm
'Cause
hair.
We don't have hairy arms.
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
I do.
I do. I have thin arm hair.
How do you not have hair on your arms, dude? You have hairy arms.
What
is
this?
I wouldn't consider that. I consider Sean
Oh,
hairy.
sorry, we're not men, dude. We're not
Now
men.
that we're
enough to have-
men, we can do anything. Now
Can
that
you?
we're men.
Did you change your underwear?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
What?
I flip it around,
Flip
it back,
You do it
inside out,
inside out,
and then flip
backwards
it again.
forward.
Yeah.
So
You're good. That's a whole week.
all right, so we
Of
watched.
one
We
pair
watched.
of underwear.
You do 2 weeks? I think you do 2 weeks.
I don't know, I
So we
do
watched
one.
Argylle.
Yes.
And the theater that we went to, these were on display.
Yeah.
And I got there at like 9:45 when the movie was about to start. It was like 15 minutes left, or 15 minutes before the movie was about to start.
Mhm.
And I see the bucket, and I'm just like, I gotta have it, dude, for the meme. It's, you know what? Now that I have it, it's not a bad looking bucket.
How much
thought-
was it again?
I
25
really,
bucks.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not
actually.
bad.
I really thought you were going to say something else.
No, it's
now
not.
that you have it,
I get it.
I get it.
Like, okay, look, like if you look at it,
feels pretty good, huh?
it's not a bad looking bucket for
Okay,
$25.
The concept, I understand.
It's dope.
I understand the concept.
Yes.
But
It just-
I feel like they needed like
Something
just
else.
one pervert
Look.
in the room. Just
look.
like somebody to go like,
Okay.
Does it look like a
it's-
fleshlight to
It's all
anybody
about
else?
perspective, right? Look, this way, not a bad looking bucket. It's a
I
cool
still
design.
think it still looks like a
Okay,
flashlight.
but just
It looks
get
like
your
an
mind out of it.
uncircumcised penis.
Okay, but get your mind out of the
coming
gutter for a
sand.
second. Get your
That-
mind out of the gutter for a second.
That's where it lives.
It's bloom in the
All right,
foreskins,
see?
blooming like a flower.
Okay, and then what if I turn it this way?
Then I really think it's. Then I think that we can't show that on YouTube.
Nope.
That's what I think.
Look, if AMC wasn't allowed to sell it, that's on them. I
Also,
got it.
guys, if you're listening to the audio platform of this show, you can go and switch onto YouTube where Bryan is showcasing his popcorn fleshlight bucket. And he's doing obscene things right now.
Listen, you got to make sure to spit on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
Make
what?
sure you're well lubricant.
You know what? Maybe with butter, it's a lot easier.
See?
Maybe butter makes
Yeah,
it easy.
dig in there, get it nice and grimy. pull it
Yeah,
back out.
man.
Yeah.
You never want to go in dry.
Yeah, that's why. And then that's when you lick your fingers and you go back in.
Spit on
Can
it
we
real quick
display
and then
this
shove
at
it back in.
Undercity for like 2 weeks?
If you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can you
As
try
long
to...
as Susan doesn't throw it out,
Why would she throw it out?
because she's gonna be scared.
Why would she be scared?
I
Because
think
it
she
looks
knows
wrong.
of it. I'll put it behind the counter and we'll just see.
If
Okay,
she-
so hey,
she's-
how about this? Incentivize people. You guys
What
want
happens?
to? If you guys,
She's just like, oh, Rene, who put a flashlight behind the counter?
Here's the
Brian.
thing. Come to Undercity and check out Undercity Comics in Uptown Whittier.
Yeah.
You guys can see the weird fleshlight popcorn bucket from Dune 2. Only in theaters. March. What is it? March 1st?
It says it on the thing.
Does it? No, it says only in theaters.
Oh, well then
Dumb.
that's,
Well, we're seeing
that's
it.
bad
We're seeing it at
advertising.
the end of February.
We're seeing it February 29th in IMAX.
Is that...
Watch the first one, damn it.
I haven't seen the first
I
one
know.
still.
When we saw the trailer. He goes, "I still haven't seen it," and I go, "Some say because you have a month, you still got time, but you need to get on it now."
But
man."
you need
Like,
to
yeah.
actually put it on.
You know what the sad part is? I've started it 4 times.
Oh, rip. You're never going to
I've
watch
Well,
it.
started
it doesn't help that it's like over a 2-hour movie. That's
Like,
all.
I'll sit there and then I go like, all right, I'm
I've
gonna sit
already
down and watch
rewatched it
it.
twice.
I'm gonna sit down and watch this. I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be good. And then I start playing like Marvel Snap, or like I go like,
It's
You
a
put your
heavy
phone away.
movie.
I was like, dang, I got
It's
laundry.
heavy.
That's the thing. It's a part 1, so there's a lot of setup. That's the thing, and
Mhm.
it's you're kind of like already kind of like not into it because you have like Oscar Isaac constantly saying like about the planet and the harvest scene and stuff,
Mhm.
and then they go out to the fields, the sand fields, and they try to harvest, and it's just like
For spice.
Yeah, the
But
spice.
see, here's the thing. It looks beautiful. It's a very beautiful
Yeah,
film.
yeah. Beautiful film,
but
beautiful
it's just
people.
long.
Florence Pugh's in the second one.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's
Zendaya
in
only pops up in the last like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I
of
know
the
she
movie.
was like all over the trailer.
She
I heard
was
about
all over
that.
that advertisement.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah,
like,
they were like, oh, do you
Only
remember?
in like the last 20 minutes.
Do you remember Spider-Man?
Hey, Spider-Man, guys.
Spider-Man's girlfriend is in
Yeah.
this movie, and then all of a sudden they were like, man,
Yeah, Spider-Man's girlfriend.
It's been a decent movie.
Thanos.
Man, it's been a
We got
decent movie.
Drax, Moon Knight.
For
We got
real.
Aquaman?
Yeah, we got Aquatic Man. Then we got the girl from Mission Impossible.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Watch it.
And then Black Widow comes in
Mhm.
the second one.
What?
No, White Widow.
White Widow, that's true.
Yeah, White
Yeah.
Widow. Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about Argylle because
I
we
got,
watched that.
Also, Elvis is in it as well too.
Oh.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
Is he in it?
Yeah, the actor that plays Elvis.
What's
he's
his
in it.
name?
In the latest one?
Yeah.
His name is Elvis now.
Oh, yeah. No, did you hear that he had to hire a speech
Yes,
therapist?
Speech therapist because he can't stop talking like
He's stuck in the Elvis
He's
impersonation.
stuck.
Hey, I'm on Dune.
Hey,
Sand Planet. Spice. Oh, thank you very much.
That's the only way.
That's the.
I can't watch the movie now. If it's not that, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Like I need that now. I need Elvis just explaining Doom.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Opens with him. He's like, explain what happened. So let me tell you something. What happened in the last?
We got
movie.
a red planet.
It's the same as, let me tell you about Dune.
We got a prince, and he's destined for something great.
And then
We
yo,
got
get
big old sand dunes.
now don't get addicted to that spice.
Spice.
If it's not that, I'm in it. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if the movie starts and if I see that character and he doesn't talk like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, movie
I
sucks.
can already call it right now. Junior's laughing his ass off right now.
I'm telling you right now. Boop. That's it.
It's
Gotta
over.
pause right now. Go like, oh man, ooh, ooh. Renee's Elvis impersonation.
I'm gonna
I built the
try.
movies too high.
I'm gonna try and see if I can finish it by Friday.
Okay.
I believe you.
If I can finish it by next week, yeah.
So we're going to
Okay,
talk about
sure.
Argylle because we
Yes.
watched it this last Thursday. We're
Mhm.
going to be doing comic strips, and the Oscars are coming soon. So we're going to be putting up our predictions and sealing them up on an episode, but we're
Yeah.
not going to disclose what they are.
Not
More
at all.
information at the end when we actually discuss the topic. But for now, let's go ahead and start with comic strips, the portion of the show where we talk about topics that don't merit a 10 to 15 minute conversation. question for you guys before we start. Should we start with the good news or should we start with the bad news?
Let's start with the bad. Get that out
Bad
of the way.
news. All right. So as of I believe February 1st, I'm not so sure. News came out that Carl Weathers has passed away at the age of 72. If you guys are not familiar with Carl Weathers' work, he was in the movie Predator. He was also Apollo Creed in Rocky
1 and 2.
1 and 2, and 4.
1, 2, and 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, he fought Russia,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, he did
And
fight
lost.
Russia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lost with his life.
Yeah. But he's also directed a lot of movies.
The
Starting to
Mandalorian. He's in the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. He was in Arrested Development too.
He was.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 100% honest. This one hit me a little too hard. I was holding back a lot of tears at work because I kept picturing the fight scene when Rocky and Apollo fight in the first Rocky movie.
Yeah.
And that scene always makes me cry because it's like so they're into it. They're into
Yeah.
it. They're actually throwing blows.
I think what's great about is just Apollo as a character was just it was a good, not like good rivalry between him and Rocky.
It is.
That's
It's
the
all,
thing.
and that turns into a great friendship.
That's the thing.
Enemies at the beginning. No,
I
he
always
goes at
think I always think of 2 when no wait, he's also in 3.
barely. He
He's
kind of
in no, because he's in 3 because it's the end of 3 that he challenges Rocky again,
Mhm.
and then that's the
when he
that-
beats Mr.
when-
T.
yeah, when he beats Mr. T, and then him and Rocky are gonna fight at the very end, and then he's like, "Oh, ring the bell, stallion,"
Oh, is
and
that
he
when it
goes-
goes like?
and then he goes, "Ding, ding," and then like, and then
Freeze
and then
frame.
a freeze
Yeah.
frame,
That's right.
classic,
Yeah.
classic, man,
Uh,
moving pretty good, stallion.
I don't know.
It's good.
This one sucked.
Yeah.
This one really did suck.
Carl Weathers is a treasure.
Plus, also because like I don't know what was the plan for Mandalorian moving forward. If he was gonna have like a little blurb of a scene, or we're just gonna see where he's at. But obviously, we're not gonna get that now. moving forward.
I'm fine with where he was left.
yeah.
I'm okay. Well, the tricky thing is that it's weird because you left it in Mandalorian, him on that planet,
Yeah.
and he's actively working with Carl Weathers.
Mhm.
I think if that's the case, just say he passed off screen.
Mhm.
He passed away. Yeah,
Just
that's
say
fine.
he passed away off screen. Don't do anything else. Maybe
Mhm.
make a statue to him
Yeah, that'd be cool.
and something else, and then call it. And you can even say the same thing. He fell asleep. He fell asleep and he didn't wake up.
Give him a proper ceremony, and that's it.
Yeah.
I wrote a little blurb. The nerds remember many others who continue to have inspired and or entertained us to this day, including, because we didn't mention these other actors as well, Lance Reddick, Matthew Perry, Burt Young, Andrew Braugh, and many others who devoted their lives to bring us memorable roles in entertainment. I don't know if you guys recognize Burt Young, the name. He plays Polly. He passed away last year in October.
And also from Rocky.
Yeah, Polly passed away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I completely forgot. I'm like, oh shoot, that's right. He did. Andrew Braugh is
I wonder how that feels for
Captain
Sylvester.
Holt.
I wonder how Sylvester Stallone is taking it.
Mhm.
Apparently he took it hard.
Because like these are, I mean, it's a lot of his friends.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean that happens as you get older.
Yeah.
But I mean, dang.
It's like we're getting to that age where we're like kind of getting into our prime of our lives, and then all the actors and actresses that we kind of grew up with are
Yeah.
kind of like
They're
getting
Well,
old.
I
starting
mean,
to pass off.
I've been noticing just in my Instagram and Facebook feeds, like people in my age group, like either their grandparents or their parents are passing away more frequently now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that.
I've
happen.
already had two
Mhm.
people.
Two parent or two grandparents?
Oh no, two friends.
Two friends.
friends that had their
Like-
either
No,
yeah.
two friends who have died.
Oh, two friends
Oh.
have died. Oh, wow.
Yeah, where I've outlived people. And it's
Mhm.
like, ooh,
Dang.
that's weird.
Yeah, we're getting to that point.
Mhm.
We're not old though.
You're old.
Shut up.
I'm
Dude,
old.
I'm younger than you.
Not in that sweater. You're not.
Dude, I'm Knuff. Don't make fun of me.
Couldn't have.
But no, we remember Carl Weathers and everyone else. And to the families out there, hopefully peace comes soon. And to the actors that have passed, rest in peace.
Also, please respect them right now. They're going through a lot.
Yeah.
You know, let them be. Let them mourn. Let them do whatever they got to do.
Don't go up to them and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Like, how you holding up since?"
Do people actually do that to the family?
Some
did that-
TMZ or paparazzis don't know.
They did that
the
to
line.
Amy Jo Johnson. after
That's right.
after Jason David Frank passed.
Mhm.
When Jason David Frank passed, they caught her in in the airport. And they were like, "How you taking Jason's death?" And then she was like,
I say it like that.
yeah, like it
That's
was
so-
stunned. Like she
that's
like you could see
terrible.
she's stunned, and then
Mhm.
she just didn't say anything. She walked away, and you could see like she was because it was like within days.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you're still mourning.
Have you actually seen? Do you follow her on social media?
Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because she's a lot more outspoken now, which good for her because she's working on a lot of like her own independent
Yeah.
work and stuff. She's
She-
directing. She's written for Boom Comics
Yeah,
as well.
she's writing
For
that
like-
comic. Yeah.
She wrote for that, and she's writing her own stuff as well.
I think she just did the memorial one, right? For which one? For Tommy Oliver.
That
they
one-
killed him off in the actual comic.
Yeah, that was the Boom Comic special that came out a
Yeah.
couple months ago.
Mhm.
But it's good because she calls out a lot of this these people that kind of
Mhm.
go out of their way to
Be dirt jerks.
be jerks. And I get it; it's a job to be a paparazzi, but also like have a little morality.
Well, because not only that, but also you're hoping she freaks out.
yeah,
It's
no,
a better pick.
no. Can we move on
Sucks.
to better news?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and start with this. Let's start with something smaller. Donald Glover confirms with ET that the Community movie script is done. This was during an interview for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So according to him, he received a text message where he was told that the movie script for Community is done. It's in the
Mhm.
works, but he has not received a copy yet.
Yeah.
So we don't know when production will begin for that movie.
Cool. Finally, hashtag 6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons of movie, which is interesting because he was the one that pushed it, even though people were thinking that the movie was never going to happen because
Yeah.
of how successful he was.
I think it's really funny because you figure that he's working on other stuff, and you don't realize, oh wow, he's working on like 10 different things at once.
Childish Gambino, then he did Atlanta, and
Well,
he's done a lot of
he's-
other independent stuff.
But he also did
He's working
Deadpool.
on. He's
He was
working.
working on the Deadpool scripts for a while.
He's working on some stuff, but then he's also ending. He ended a lot of things. as
Isn't
well,
he
too.
supposed to end Childish Gambino soon?
He did technically retire it, but he did announce that since his free time, since he finished Atlanta and he finished the other show he was doing for Prime, he has been working on a couple of songs, but he does plan on putting out
Like
one
an
more
EP.
album.
I kind of hope
yeah.
he does because I don't.
Mhm.
This Is America is a good song.
That's a good song.
I
yeah.
just need one more.
No,
one more full album.
I feel
from him.
like the album "This Is America" it shouldn't be his final one. It needs to be, like you said, there needs to be one more.
There's something more.
There's one more, especially with everything that's been going on.
Do you know who I've been listening to a lot, and it
Hmm.
kind of sucks because he's no longer with us?
Hmm.
Mac Miller.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
his music's been pretty great. I've been vibing with
Mhm.
a lot of music, and I hope that Childish Gambino brings it back to that kind of genre. Because what was that album that he made with the song 3000 in it?
Oh, I forgot the album name, honestly, but I know what. Which
That
one.
album's really good.
Yeah, it's really
The
good.
whole way through, it's freaking
Mhm.
bomb, dude. It's a
Mhm.
great album. In other news, Sonic the Hedgehog has two big pieces of news that released over the last couple of days.
Mhm.
The first one was revealed during Sony's State of Play, which happened on February 1st, or was it January 31st? One of those days. I don't know. I forgot about it. I just saw it on Twitter afterwards. Sonic Cross Shadow Generations teased during Sony State of Play, which features 2D and 3D gameplay with some iconic scenes from previous games of the franchise, including Escape the City level, which was revealed from Sonic Adventure 2. Dude, have you played that? Have you played Sonic Adventure 2?
Not two, just the first one.
Sonic Adventure 2 is freaking badass, dude.
You're missing out, dude. It's a better game.
Really?
It
I
is.
like-
Way better
I really
game.
like the first one.
No,
So-
it's a like with Shadow
Mhm.
and everything else. The level designs are way better.
Mhm.
The music,
The
just
Sonic and
slaps.
Shadow levels are cool. The
Yeah.
Knuckles and Rouge ones are kind of weird.
Those are harder.
Yeah, because you're basically finding Master Emerald shards, and
Mm.
then
And it's-
Robotnik's and Tails' levels are mid.
Mid.
They're just like little like tank ones.
Yeah.
They're like it's like a tank. It's like a tank level.
You know what they have to redesign or remaster? Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes is sick, but honestly, I still don't think it's better than Battle 2. And Sonic Battle 2,
Have you played Sonic Heroes?
I remember seen it for it, but I don't think I ever played it.
Sonic Heroes was the one where you could play as 3 different people.
Oh no, I didn't play that one, but I do remember seeing the marketing for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sonic Heroes.
But I think Battle 2 still has a better soundtrack.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Way better soundtrack.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie, finally revealed its logo, which borrows a lot from Sonic Adventure 2, which is dope. Excited for that. They've also announced the returning actors, which include Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, Idris Elba, and Colleen. Don't know if I can pronounce this correctly. Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
O'Shaughnessy?
Shaughnessy. And Jim Carrey will return as Dr. Robotnik.
Oh.
Interesting.
Even he's coming out of retirement just to play that role.
That means the script was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because he said, I'm only going to come back if the script's good.
Dude, Sonic 2 was
Surprisingly, it's really good.
It was actually pretty good.
You know what?
I saw a fan casting for Shadow, and I kind of like it.
Christian Haydenson.
Christian Haydenson.
Yeah. That makes
I,
sense.
I saw Christian Haydenson, and I was like, that kind of works. That kind of works, dude. Give it to him.
So, with that said, they've revealed who else they've casted for this movie. This includes James Walk from The Crazy Ones and Mad Men, Jorma Taccone from Lonely Island. He's one of the 3 members of Lonely Island. Sophia Pernis, who's from Blood and Treasure.
Yeah.
And Cristo Fernandez, Ted Lasso. The one that they're rumoring already has a role is Kristen Ritter from Jessica Jones. Who do you think they're casting her as?
Rose.
Rouge the Bat.
Yeah. Because she.
You don't know who Rouge the Bat is?
He never played Battle 2.
Oh my gosh, dude.
She's big in Battle 2.
Yeah.
It's,
If you look
it's kind. She's a sexy bat. That's it.
Look
She's-
up Rule 34. Rule
What?
34 Rouge Bat.
No. Do it in incognito. Do it.
No, not
Do
do
it. Do it.
it. No.
I'm
On your phone, do it. and the screenshot. For later.
Here's the thing. These Sonic movies, I love them. I love them.
I'm excited because I want like Biggs. I want like Floppy. I want Amy.
Imagine if
Those are-
Cristo Fernandez is Big the Cat.
That would be interesting because I want Amy. I want Biggs. I want
Froggy.
Froggy. Froggy.
Where
Oh.
you going,
Froggy.
That's so great, dude.
It's such a good. It's so good. It's so good.
Play Sonic Adventure 2.
It writes itself.
Why not? Okay, fine. Don't play it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think there is an. I think there's a.
There's a lot of emulators, but
There's
they're
a lot
broken.
of emulators. I bought it on Steam. It was like $2. It
Oh yeah.
was solid.
Something that Rene might be into. Neil Druckmann drops hints that he's figured out the concept for The Last of Us Part 3. Quote, it does feel like there's probably one more chapter to this story.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you played The Last of Us Part 2?
No, but I've seen what happens
Yeah.
in the story. Yeah.
I'm not going to play it anytime soon, so I kind of read through it.
Yeah.
It does feel like
There's stuff left on
the table, right? And I get it because the way that the concept of The Last of Us isn't supposed to end with the epidemic of these funguses basically being eradicated.
Yeah.
So it's not going to end the way that you want it to be. I
No.
completely understand.
I always
that.
thought it was gonna end kind of like The Walking Dead, where it's like we don't really know where the fungus came from. People are just living their lives now. Like
Well, The
this is
Walking
the new,
Dead's still
like,
doing
now-
more stuff.
I know, but it's like this is the new normal.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
like this is the world now.
There's no coming back. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the new normal, but we've learned how to live in this world.
So now my question is, does this become an Ellie story continue, or does it continue being an Ellie story? Or are we going to be
Hold on, real
following
quick.
someone else?
If you have not played The Last of Us
Part 2.
Part 2 and you don't know what's going on
Yeah.
and you don't want to be spoiled for the next season of The Last of Us,
I would say skip.
I would say like
skip to 1 hour.
Skip to 1 hour.
no, I would
No,
say
skip it like 2 minutes.
no,
2
just-
minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, just skip like to like 35.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would do Ellie. What was it? You would do an entire story on Ellie,
So the reason why, well, I know.
which means that you would have to let, especially for like the show, you'd have to let her age up.
So I kind of feel like he's figured out the concept now that Last of Us season 2 is kind of it's already going to start production soon.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of looking at what he's done for the script here and gone like, you know what? If we're going to extend The Last of Us into like a 3rd or 4th season, possibly, we need to continue the story, because the way that The Last of Us Part 2 ended ends in a way that makes sense for a video game. I don't think it'll make sense for a show.
It's a dark ending.
Exactly.
It's super dark ending.
So if you want to, and granted,
just-
you can have dark endings in shows, but it's not a satisfying
Because what
dark
is it?
ending.
Ellie's missing a finger.
She's missing 2 fingers.
She's missing 2 fingers. Her family her family leaves because she goes out to go get. Spoiler. I'm telling you right now, because she leaves to go get Joel's killer,
Abby.
Abby.
And
Which they already casted Abby too.
They already casted Abby. Didn't they get the person who voiced her?
No.
No, it was an actress. She's from oh man, I'm trying to remember. Once you see her, you're kind of like, oh yeah, you know.
So here's my problem with people who like The Last of Us. I get that the show's very dark, or the game is very dark. I get the story is kind of messed up, and they didn't like what happened to Joel. There isn't a need to go out and send death threats to the voice actress and the actress that's going to be playing Abby.
People do not know how to separate life and fiction.
Yeah.
Do people not
Dude,
realize that if a show
he's
makes
still
you
alive.
Feel, yeah. Do people not realize that shows are supposed to make you feel? Like if it doesn't make you feel,
Troy
then
Baker's fine.
Yeah.
Like he's fine.
He's alive.
Yeah, he's swimming in money.
Yeah,
like
he's voicing Indiana Jones.
Yeah, like chill, dude.
He went from Uncharted to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, man. Like Troy Baker went from like every video game in the world. So I mean, just relax. He's fine. You don't need to murder anyone.
Plus, as a storytelling aspect, that's just really well done, because it
You-
shows
you
that
feel- you felt.
Joel, what he chose to do in the first game, came back to literally bite him in the ass.
And I've heard that
Yeah.
from friends that have played the game,
Yeah.
that the story of The Last of Us is all about consequences.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of, it was talked about a lot in the show in season 1 of The Last of Us, which is like everything that you do will have a consequence no matter
Absolutely.
what.
That's
And that's
the
always
thing.
been a running thing.
And they keep on bringing that up, and they brought it up in the show too. Of like, you're going to pay for this.
Exactly.
Like whatever you do next, there's a consequence to this.
Exactly.
And know that it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but one day you're going to pay for this.
Yeah.
Plus, what he did wasn't really a good thing. He killed a bunch of people and decided to take,
Doom the planet.
because Ellie was the only hope to get rid of.
In his defense, there was no guarantee that it would save the planet.
That's true. It was a big risk. But then also on top of that, he killed a bunch of people and then chose to not tell Ellie the truth.
He
took that. He took
option. Ellie's choice.
Yeah, he took that away from her.
So it's interesting because like you're kind of placed in this position where there was no right answer, because Joel was lied to and not told that the procedure that would basically take Ellie's, the experiments that they would do for her or on her would prevent her from dying.
In their defense, I don't think they thought Joel was going to connect to her.
Exactly.
I don't think they thought like Joel was
just
going to
a
become
messenger.
a father. I don't think they thought he was going to become
So
like a father.
there was no right answer, but it's all about the consequences
Really
to
quick.
your action.
If our listeners with the 35 are sorry,
I apologize.
we
I went further.
apologize. Yeah.
Well,
go to the
moving on-
40.
No, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Moving on to the show aspect of it, they did cast someone else for the season 2 show, which is Catherine O'Hara. She joins the cast of Last of Us season 2.
Did it say as who?
Nope. They just said that Catherine O'Hara. At first, it was rumored. That was like yesterday.
In all fairness,
And then they confirmed it.
That group. There's a lot of characters in that group. I'm interested to see where it all goes.
They're not going to get rid of certain people in season 2. Not yet. They're money makers.
Do you think that they're going to go straight in, or do you think there's going to be a middle season?
They're going to expand on more things. There's going to be season 2 is all about a setup. It's going to expand certain stories a little more, and then when we get into season 3, that's when the heavy hitting starts.
I would be okay if they went to the Last of Us comics and then went for that in between what happened in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And expanded more there.
Yeah, they can
and
tell
then
more stories.
Have a full season of that, and then kind of, because that way you can get a little bit closer to characters.
Look
and
what they
then-
did in season 1 with the couple.
Yeah.
That story was not in the
Perfect.
game at all, and that
Perfect.
those basically came from
Which
letters.
also won an Emmy.
Yeah,
It won an Emmy. Nick Offerman won an Emmy for it.
good for him. It was a great episode.
Yeah, it was a fantastic episode.
Speaking about series based on adapted series,
Yeah.
I'll just say it that way. Where am I at? Okay, series showrunners for the live action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender have released new images and details about the series that is releasing February 22nd.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
You're liking what you're seeing.
I am liking. What
Okay,
I'm seeing.
hold up. Let me tell the people what's been revealed so far.
Sure.
So far, the images, you can look them up online. They're pretty good. I
Yeah,
think that
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
sticking to the costumes.
Mhm.
Appa looks great. Momo looks great. Fire Lord and Azula, phenomenal.
Yes,
I love how they look.
It's a
Iroh
little-
also looks great.
just a little fast. A lot of characters are popping up pretty fast.
Yes. So, in terms of the details of the show, this is what I found because the news has been kind of scattered all over the place. And to me, it feels like the showrunner, Albert Kim, is kind of it's Albert Kim alongside the actors and actresses that are playing the trio,
Yes.
right? That are kind of releasing this information. And it feels a little bit like Damage Control, like they're trying to justify what they're going to do. I still have faith, but I'm very skeptical. They tease that this version of the show is a remix and not a retelling of the animated series. Aang will not be side questing for fun. Rather, the focus will be on the mission at hand. So you haven't seen the series at all, right?
For which one?
The Last Airbender?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
So my thing is that that kind of makes sense, just because the reason why he's going around and having fun is because it's a cartoon, and we need to have side quests.
Mhm.
Like we need to have a week to week of like this is Aang's adventure this week, and then like because that's always how the show was. It was like 4 or 5 episodes of just like did this. Now main plot. And then the next 5 episodes are, side quests. And then it's main plot again. And then, but all those people that you met along the way come up in the main plot later.
So all you really need to know as someone that hasn't watched the series is that the show takes place in like a month or so. That's basically all 3 books of the show. And it's like a month or more. It's a couple months.
It's like 6 months to a year.
It's real fast.
It's like a year
Yeah.
because of the solar
Sozin's
eclipse-
comet.
Sozin's comet. coming.
So essentially what happens is that Aang has to kind of like fight his understanding of his responsibilities as the Avatar. So a lot of the times he does these side quests because he gets distracted easily. And
Or also the fact that he doesn't want to be the Avatar.
exactly, he has to he fights himself in terms of like, I don't want to do this because I wasn't ready for this and I just don't know what I would do.
So
But as the show goes on, you start to realize that his side quests become him actually being the Avatar because he begins to help individuals. And then it becomes a fight about, well, the Avatar brings destruction to places because the more I try to help people, the more they get hurt. And he understands the
because
responsibility.
usually what happens is because Aang is 12.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that usually they didn't announce who the Avatar was until he was 16. Because then you were thought of as like an adult.
Mm-hmm.
This is your rite of passage. You are the Avatar. Now you get to adventure. You get to go journey. Problem is that Fire Lord Sozin, they could see that he was becoming a problem, and the only person that could possibly stop this situation was the Avatar.
Oh, okay.
So they basically unlocked him early because they knew he was the Avatar when he was a kid, and they go, "He is the Avatar. We have to start training you immediately to deal with Avatar Sozin. He can't take that responsibility, and he bugs."
That was the choice of the council that was at the Southern Air Temple.
Mhm.
They're the ones that made the choice, but his mentor was like, he's too young. But
Monk Gyatso thing was like, "Oh, he's way too young. Let him live 4 more years a normal life, and then that way he can then adapt being the Avatar. He's still a child." And the other monks are like, "No, he needs to become the Avatar right now."
Aang didn't hear that. He just heard that he needs to become the Avatar, left, caught in the storm.
And then when he fell into the water with him and Appa, he then got frozen. And the problem was when he got frozen, there was no way of releasing him. So he was frozen for 100 years. So the Fire Lord Sozin was able just to he was able to just take over the world. And now after 100 years, everybody's looking for the Avatar because they're like, "Well, he never died. He must be out here." And that's kind of like where the show picks up of like Aang's a 12-year-old 100 years in the future and dealing with, wow, this is what my decisions have brought us. I brought on all of this torment on everybody else because I was selfish.
So speaking about
It's a good show.
Yeah, I'll probably. I mean, honestly, I might just watch the live action version.
do it.
No, yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. So
I
speaking
think
about that,
I think the live action version will probably like. I hope it does the same thing that it did for you for One Piece,
yeah.
where you're like, where you watch it and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool, and you want to watch it.
So 2 points based off everything we just had a conversation on. Sozin's comment will not be a factor in the first season to accommodate for the tight timeline that the original series had.
sense.
So Sozin's comment will not be mentioned until in future seasons, and the reason why is because once Sozin's comment gets introduced, there's a set deadline.
No,
that
that's
needs to be
Endgame.
met.
That's like we have 6 months.
And
That's it.
That's it. Like once it's here, we got to do something about it.
Okay.
Reason for that is because they filmed the first season in 2022 when the cast members were 11, 14, so on and so forth. Right now, Aang, when they were filming the first season, the actor was 11 years old. Now he's 14.
Oh,
So
crap.
they have to try to figure out a way to time lapse it that kind of makes sense, which is the plan once season 2 gets greenlit. There's going to be years that pass by afterwards.
Him training.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which will show and kind of explain why he grows older.
Because the other thing is that what's hard about it is that Aang. The reason why it's also really interesting too is because in the show, Aang is not a master. Aang is skilled. He picks up bending pretty quickly, but he's not a master. Like his masters are still beating him. And so it's one of those things of like, you need to fight the Fire Lord. And it's like, I suck at firebending. I'm okay at earth and water. And I am a master of air, but so I'm supposed to go up against a master firebender when his power is quadrupled
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to survive? Like, I'm going to die.
Other key details that they've explained is that the villains in the Fire Nation will be given heavier focus with the start of the series being different than the original show.
What was it?
So villains and the Fire Nation will be given more in-depth details as the show goes on.
Okay.
Whereas in the show, we didn't really get to see how the Fire Nation came to be, how they managed to conquer all the other nations. They'll be given more of a background, including other villains like Azula and Fire Lord Ozai and Zuko. They're all going to be given a little more details and a little more space to kind
First
of work
off,
with.
Zuko is given so much detail. I don't know what you're talking about.
They're going to do it in the show differently because
Okay.
they're also going to start the show different than the animated version of it.
Huh.
Other details include character changes such as Sokka's sexism, which will be toned down because they believe that some of the remarks were very iffy and won't translate well when in the live action sense.
I feel that it is part of his growth as a child.
Yes.
Because he is a warrior and he was taught that the men are the warriors from his tribe. And like the women stay inside the huts, the men are the ones that are going outside. That's what his dad taught him.
Here's the interesting thing about it.
And
Because they've also mentioned that Katara is going to not have certain roles in the live action version that she did in the animated series.
she's healer. She's team healer. She's the healer.
Not
of the group.
that she's the one that gets all the groceries. She's the one that washes the clothes. She's the caretaker of the group. They're going to pull that away. Here's the thing that I don't feel was translated well. These quotes didn't come from the showrunner. They came from the actors, the kiddos. So I understand that maybe they're saying this because they're like, some of these jokes, we really didn't vibe with it. Because apparently they had some say in how these characters were supposed to be played.
Right.
I still have faith that even if they remove certain aspects of it, they're going to replace it with something else. Because you're definitely right. Sokka and Katara's roles in the group are essential to their growth and how they become the people they are by the end of the series.
Well, because that's the entire reason why Sokka goes to meet the Kyoshi warriors.
Exactly.
Because all of the I'll admit he is very sexist and he's very like, women can't do this, girls do, or this, everything like that. Then he meets the Kyoshi warriors and then they beat the hell out of him.
Mhm.
And he goes like, whoa, women are like dope fighters. And then all that stuff he turns
How
it
much
off.
do you want to bet that when
And
he meets the Kyoshi warriors, he's not going to say anything? He's just going to act like, all right. And then he actually learns from that. Like,
See-
it's not being said. It's just going to be shown.
Maybe.
That could be it.
I mean, that's my thing though, is that I like that, but also let's face it, it's over exaggerated also because it's a kid show.
Yeah. 2 more key details before we move on. Just a reminder to everyone, the original show creators Bryan Konotzko and Michael Dante Darmartino exited the show for creative differences, leaving only Albert Kim as the sole showrunner. And then this is more on Rene. It's probably the part that'll be more interesting. Albert Kim has stated that he is planning on making this show enjoyable for fans as well as newcomers by taking inspirations from shows like Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
I guess he's trying to aim for more of like a character centric show that's a little darker, and the actions these people will have consequences at the end.
When you, I mean, I was gonna say because you're dealing with live actors and stuff like that. It's not animated. It's not fun. It doesn't, it's you're dealing with situations that these people have to act. That's the thing. So that makes sense. I kind of understand where they're going with that. I mean, that's cool. I mean, that makes it more appealing for me, honestly.
I just want the show to go long enough for me to get a live action Toph. That's it.
They haven't greenlit season 2.
I know. I just want. That's why I'm saying I just want it to last.
Hold your
long
horses.
enough. I just want it to last long enough to get a Toph.
So,
or I'm hoping Boomy's in the first season.
So
No,
is season
Boomy will be
1
teased.
book 1? Is
No.
season 1 book 1, or are they
Because
cutting it in half?
I think what they're doing, because the beginning, does book 1 end with them getting?
It's the water. They go to North Pole.
They go to the northern tribe, right?
Yeah, because they're in the Southern Water Tribe, and then they have to go to the Northern Water Tribe. And that's
Book 1 is water,
yes,
and then book 2 is
Earth,
book 3 is fire,
and it ends with book 3. It's only 3
and then
books.
book 4 is
There's no 4th book. It's only 3 books.
Why am I
Are you talking
going
about
Korra?
Are you talking about
Korra?
the novels?
Legend of Korra? No, Legend of Korra is book 4, which is air, because they go water, earth, fire, air, right?
That's her book 1.
Yeah, that's her book 1. But
Her book 1 is air.
But for
Because
the
she's a master of all.
story wise, I think season 1 is half of book 1.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably
What are you talking about? Wait,
season
The
1 of
live
the
action.
show of this live action
it's
show,
gonna be water.
but it won't go all the way to the Northern Water Tribe.
No, I personally think that you're gonna get all the way to the Blue Demon.
How many episodes are in
Really?
season 1
I
confirmed?
think that's where they'll end.
It's Netflix, 10 episodes.
It's gonna be 10 episodes.
If they're lucky,
Mhm.
10. If not, 8.
I
Part
think
one,
that
and then part 2, 2026.
what's gonna happen is you're gonna get all the way up to the Blue Demon and then cut it. There's a lot of story to tell in between then and the Blue Demon.
So you're gonna do the Northern Water Tribe and all the way up to
No, because you can do the Blue Demon, and then after that one, then you go from.
the Blue Demon was Earth. It was
No,
after
it's
they
not.
visited Ba
No,
Sing
it's
Se.
not.
Doesn't he
No,
get
it is
caught
not.
before they go into Ba Sing Se?
Nope, because the Blue Demon comes up in the first one because that's when Aang first gets captured.
That's right. Never mind. You're right.
I know what you guys are saying. Isn't this all potential spoilers? No, because I don't know what they're saying. So
Well,
I don't
because
really care.
I gave you the DVD set.
You did. That
Like
was a
2
waste
years-
of time. That was a good paperweight I had.
No, but you see what I mean? Because the Blue
Yeah, I
Demon
see
is
what
right
you
in the
mean.
middle of the season.
Because who captures him?
Zhao.
That's right. Wannabe general.
General
Yeah,
Zhao.
okay.
I am General Zhao.
Doesn't
Yeah.
he get promoted?
To Admiral.
That's right.
But that's what I think though. I think you're gonna get the up to the Blue Demon,
Gotcha.
and then you have the second season will go up to the Water Tribe.
Well, let's see where it goes. Last bit of news before we wrap up comic strips. Let's talk about sports for a second.
Sports.
Super Bowl. CBS confirms that SpongeBob will perform Sweet Victory at the Super Bowl
No,
this year.
no, he's not.
No, hang on. Because
what?
Let him
you know
cook.
why? I let him cook because I was super disappointed.
I swear to God, if that actually happens, I'm gonna just laugh my
Mhm.
butt off.
So here's what they've done. They've teased the new CGI version of Sweet Victory. Apparently, they're doing a full Sweet Victory to open up the Super Bowl, and it's going to be fully animated into CG.
Okay.
No Kendrick Lamar this time.
Okay.
I was disappointed when they opened it up just for Kendrick Lamar to
Listen,
perform.
man, if the halftime show is Goofy Goober, I'm in.
You're a goofy goober! Rah!
Bah, bah, bah.
Taylor Swift is all like, yeah. And everyone's like, 13.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, but apparently 13 is an important number with Swifties.
I forget why. Oh, it's because it's for her favorite number.
It's the number of
Wait, that's it?
That's
it's
it.
just her favorite number?
it's the number of sins you're allowed to commit.
Right?
I get it if it's your favorite number, but when other people say that it's their favorite number, I'm like, do you have
Yeah.
any connection to 13?
I hate when people are trying to connect 13 to everything. with Taylor Swift. Like,
No.
Oh, 13. Oh, like, oh, what's a,
I have a number.
yeah.
9.
That's your
my
favorite
fa-
number?
That's my. It pops up a lot in my life.
9?
9.
No?
Huh?
No? That pops up a lot in your life?
9 means no.
Yeah, in German.
Oh well, there you go. That's
I
why.
see a
That's why I
lot
get
of
rejected a
nines.
lot.
9.
Right.
You never seen what was it? You've never seen Yoga Hosers?
No.
It's 999. It's so many nines. It's 10.
All right, let's wrap up comic strips. It's the end of comic strips, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and talk about Argylle. Because
Argylle.
we're going to be spending a majority of the time doing the Oscars predictions.
Yeah.
All right, Argylle, the new movie directed by Matthew Vaughn,
Mhm.
most noticed for
Just
the
letting you guys know,
Kingsman,
if you
Kick-Ass.
are interested in this movie, this will be spoilers.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about the whole
and
movie.
people forget X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people forget about that.
It's
one,
like,
yeah.
It's one of the better X-Men's.
yeah, if not the best X-Men.
Better X-Men's. I like X-Men 1. X-Men 1's really good.
X-Men 1? The first X-Men?
I really like X-Men
The
1.
first
I
one?
like X-Men 1.
I
doesn't
liked it as
age
a
well.
child.
I know.
I still like X-Men 1. It's
Did
good.
you freak out when Hugh Jackman opens up the suitcase and it's the... Oh, no, that was deleted.
That's deleted.
Mhm.
And that's also in Wolverine.
That's the Wolverine.
Dummy.
Forgot. I blocked that one out of my mind, dude.
Yeah.
And Wolverine, ugh.
Why, that's the
Wolverine
Samurai
Origins.
one.
Ugh.
Oh, no, that's not the Samurai one.
No.
I'm talking about the Wolverine.
No,
Yeah.
the Wolverine.
Anyway. What about
Argylle.
Argylle?
I'm going to start by saying this. So I was trying to figure out why this movie
Touched you?
exists. Because we watched it and so did Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy was just like, didn't like this movie. I'm like, God dang it, dude. It's fine. But she went mean. I told her she was a little bit mean. I was just like, why-
jaded.
She's super jaded.
She,
She's
yeah, I was
super
like,
jaded.
dude, relax. And I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I would, if this movie came out with sequel, I would never watch it again. I'm like,
I
we get it.
I feel that Andy went to go see this movie for the wrong reasons.
I feel like she
She didn't understand. She didn't understand the movie she was going to go see.
I understand her why she did, and I feel like a lot of people will be in the same boat as her, which is when they think of Matthew Vaughn, they think of Kingsman, because a lot of the movies, no one thinks of Kick-Ass anymore. It's technically a popular movie,
I mean,
but it's culty at this point. No one mentions it unless you're like a diehard
That's-
geek.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
mean, here's my thing though.
I
It-
loved Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass was good.
when I take it,
Kick-Ass 2 wasn't bad either.
yeah, I like Kick-Ass too. My thing is, oh shoot, my thing is that stupid. Anyway,
You're on timeout.
the main thing is that I know that Matthew Vaughn is a huge spy movie like aficionado.
Yes.
He loves old 60s and 70s spy movies.
Yeah.
He loves how cheesy they are. He loves how cheesy the special effects is. He loves everything about it.
Which is fine because we got the homage
And the
to,
storylines.
we got the homage to spy movies in the first Kingsman.
That's the thing. And the Kingsman is based off a comic property called the Secret Service.
Mhm.
Yes.
But he basically took what little thing happened in Kingsman and just made it into his own thing.
Which
Right.
is
And then
100% fine.
That's the thing. And I think that's the only time we actually forgave a director that did something like that. Because
Yeah.
he made his own thing with it and it actually was really,
Really
now,
good.
as people that love spy movies,
Mhm.
I feel like the Kingsman did a proper homage to a lot of spy movies.
Yeah.
For me, it was the dog named JB
Mhm.
because people thought it was like, oh, James Bourne, James
Jason
Bond.
Bourne, yeah.
It's like, no,
Yeah,
Jack
Jack
Bauer.
Bauer.
And I'm like, dude, they dropped
That's
the hard
good.
one.
Yeah, it's
They
good.
dropped the
That's a-
hard one,
that's
bro.
That's a
I
good
haven't
one.
watched 24, so
You've never seen
Oh,
24?
what?
I've never seen 24.
Bro,
No.
dude, it's boom, boom, boom.
I never cared for it. That's the thing.
Bro.
The events that are
If you
about to take
were
place
convinced
take
me to
place in
watch The
real
Rookie,
time.
you
Mhm.
have to watch 24.
That's
watch
true.
24?
Oh well, hold on.
Where's
wait,
it
hold on.
available on?
Hulu.
Streaming wise.
Hulu.
Is it on Hulu?
It's on Hulu.
Okay. Because I know they did like a return season after like
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
4 years and it was
Resurgence? No.
Yeah, Resurgence is okay. But actual like 24.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The ending to the entire series
Dude.
is beautiful.
it's so
It was
good.
that, and then I never watched Prison Break, and I never watched
Prison Break is good.
Yeah.
Prison Break is good for like 2
Who
seasons.
did Prison Break? Was it J.J. Abrams or no?
J.J. Abrams was an executive producer on it.
J.J.
okay.
Abrams produced Fringe.
He did also produce Fringe.
Fringe,
Yeah,
and then
he
he
was
also
doing
did
a lot of
Lost.
TV for
Yeah,
for
for
Fox.
Fox.
But besides that,
Mhm.
I think that this is his version of a 70s spy movie.
It's a romantic spy movie.
It's a romantic spy
Yeah.
movie.
Way
which
more
I can
romantic,
forgive.
Honestly, you know what it kind of reminded me of? Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Okay.
It really does remind me of Her
Okay.
Majesty's Secret Service.
It did a good job in kind of falsely advertising what the movie was about, because I was more excited about that it was another Matthew Vaughn spy movie.
Mhm.
And then I walked in and I was like, oh, it's a romantic movie. Sure, I could still enjoy it. There's still a lot of Matthew Vaughn-ness in there,
Yes.
especially in the fight scenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will say, the fight scenes in these ones, they're not god tier like in
Yeah.
Kingsman, but they are very creative.
Really quick, guys, if you don't know anything about Argylle, it is basically a premise is about it's a woman that writes a spy series called Argylle, and apparently it's a very successful series and stuff like that. But the thing is that what is it? It's becomes like these agencies that find out that all the stuff that she's been writing about has happened.
The Division.
Called the Division, and then also another secret agency has caught on to it as well too, and found themselves trying to see what else she knows and stuff like that.
Should
So,
we spoil it or no?
I mean, that's
We
the
already said it. We
gem-
already said it. We already,
Yeah,
I already
that's
said
the
it at the
thing.
beginning.
Okay.
We're gonna
But
spoil it.
yeah, it's gonna be spoilers, but that's for listeners. I mean, some listeners don't care; they just
Yeah,
they'll listen to us.
the idea of the movie though is that she comes up with an idea that this spy agency is corrupt,
Mhm.
and it's actually working like a
Happening.
it's working as a terrorist
Mhm.
group,
Yeah.
and they're responsible for a bunch of terror like acts and stuff like that across the world.
Mhm.
They end up finding out in the rest of the movie, and in her book she's writing how Argylle is trying to find the proof of their corruption. You find out that they're real, all the things that have been happening are real, and now they want her because they want to know how much more she knows.
Yeah.
Um
And then, mind you, the Henry Cavill and John Cena are the fictional characters in the book,
yes.
so they're not
So
really.
is Dua Lipa.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Dua Lipa's also and
Who's
then you
Dua
have
Lipa?
Dua
Is
Lipa
that
was
supposed
the
to be,
she
wait,
was
is that
the-
name supposed to matter?
she's a musician.
She's a musician. She was Mermaid Barbie in the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
She also created the song, the dance party song in the Barbie movie,
Mhm.
where Barbie
Well, anyway,
has a party in her.
she's
house.
the techie.
Oh yeah.
She was the techie. She was the girl that was doing all their tech. In
No,
the-
she was
the bad girl.
Yeah, she was the one in the gold dress that John Cena captures
my
her on
bad.
the motorcycle.
Oh yeah. Okay. But
So,
anyway,
yeah. The thing about it is that this movie, so whereas Kingsman had a lot of great action sequences and very little plot twists,
Yeah.
this one was
All
less
plot
action
twists.
sequences,
Mhm.
more plot twists.
Yeah.
And the plot twists, even though they were predictable at some point,
Yeah.
were still very enjoyable because you got to follow along.
my thing was,
It was
that
fun.
I liked it though because honestly, at a certain point, I was a little bit like, I don't know who to trust.
Yeah, you don't
At
know.
at a certain point, I was like, I don't know if Sam Rockwell is telling the truth, and I
Mhm.
don't know if what's it called, Bryan Cranston's telling the truth. Like
Mm-hmm.
who exactly is telling the truth right now? Because
Mhm.
everybody's kind of playing their hands,
Yeah.
and it's like betrayal. Then you hear Sam Rockwell going like, "I'm gonna put a bullet in her head," and it's like, "Oh well, do we trust Sam Rockwell? Who's he working for?"
So the basis of the plot twist essentially comes into play when you start to realize, and it's explained to you, that Ellie Conway, who's the writer of the Argylle series, is actually a sleeper agent.
Yes.
She ends up having amnesia
Mhm.
because of an accident,
Yes.
and she's actually an agent called Agent R.
Ryan
Rachel-
Kelly.
Ryan Kelly.
Rachel Kelly.
Rachel Kelly.
Yeah.
So Rachel Kelly. And everything she's writing in the series.
Well, Rachel Kyle. It's
Rachel Kyle. Rachel
Yeah.
Kyle. Yeah.
Because that's the
Sorry.
R Kyle.
Guile.
So Rachel Kyle. Everything that she's been writing in her books are actually memories
Mhm.
of her as an agent before, and they're pushing her to continue to write the series because she supposedly knows where the silver bullet is supposed to be hiding, which will be revealed in book 5.
Yes.
So with that piece of knowledge, the plot twists start to become more twisty.
Mhm.
Yes.
And so that's where that comes into play, where now who do you trust? Because you have the people she believes are there to help her
Mhm.
saying things like, we're going to put a bullet in her head.
Mhm.
And her parents end up not becoming her parents. They
Not-
end up being
Yeah. They end up
agents
being-
of the division
Mhm.
Yeah.
who
Are British.
brainwashed her.
Mhm.
And British.
and British. Yeah.
She's like, my mom is British.
And so there's a lot of details that come into play that Matthew Vaughn really did well in hiding at the beginning of the movie,
Yes.
which is when she's remembering things, it's all in black and white, but certain details are left in color.
Yes.
And that gets explained towards the end. When she starts to see what's the agent's name that helps her out?
Sam Rockwell's character?
Yeah. Is it Aiden or something like
Aiden,
that?
yeah.
Aiden. When Aiden's fighting, she'll blink and then it changes to Henry Cavill's character, Argylle.
So I thought it was interesting because ironically, I thought instead it should have been John Cena she was seeing. Because that is her representation of.
So
I
thought
about it later and I was
slept
like,
on that because what you said afterwards
what's up?
really hit me. And I'm like, wait, now I understand why she's seeing Argylle. So in the movie, she talks about how Argylle is her coping mechanism in stressful situations. That's why she sees Aiden and Argylle whenever he's fighting. Right? And he's very smooth and kind of, he's the perfect spy, right?
I also loved the way he looks in the very beginning, where he just looks like a dirty hippie.
He does.
Yeah,
He looks like a dirty hippie, and she's just like, "Well, what do you do for?" And he goes, "Espionage."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, this isn't probably what you imagined."
So I'm gonna go into the end of the movie right now, okay? Because at the end of the movie, happy ending, she ends up, giving the master files over to the correct agency to reveal what the directive.
Causing another oil spill.
Basically, doing all this. And they basically live happily ever after. All of a sudden, Argylle, Henry Cavill's character, is at their presentation, and he's real. We get a mid-credit scene where it's in sepia tone because it's in the past, and we see the Kingsman bar.
Yeah.
Which
20 years in the past.
all of us in the theater was kind of, everyone was just like, what?
It was another G.I. Joe.
It was
Transformers
it was so
kind of
funny because I don't know why both theaters were empty. And there was only like 9 people.
Yeah.
And like all 9 of us all kind of went like, are y'all seeing this?
Yeah.
like everybody else.
Did you notice that we all audibly went like,
What?
What? Yeah, everyone was like, what?
Everybody in the movie theater at once just went, what?
Yeah.
So we see the Kingsman bar.
I wasn't really expecting an after credit scene.
one
I was,
was.
if anything, I was kind of expecting like a little funny blurb. I was like, okay.
But no.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been I honestly thought it was going to be Alfie the cat.
So-
I thought it was going to be
Something,
something
right?
silly with the cat.
So the Kingsman pub is shown, and we
Yes.
see someone approaching the bar, speaking to someone, orders a drink in a very specific way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gets handed a gun with a silencer.
He
With
says
a
with
twist.
a twist.
With a twist. And so he reveals his name to be something at the beginning. I forget the name, but he says Argylle. So then something clicked because then you said, oh, what if like this is going to be his extended universe, right? And all this other stuff. And then he said, what if Argylle was the one to train Ellie? And I'm like, wait. So what if she's using Argylle, seeing him in these situations when Aiden's fighting?
Yeah.
Because Argylle was her mentor.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why he's using Argylle as a coping mechanism.
Because I really want Henry Cavill to be a Kingsman.
I think he is.
I think she was trained either by a Kingsman or because the thing was, if Henry Cavill is real, that also means John Cena's real.
It could maybe.
And I want him so bad to be a statesman.
Yeah.
I want John Cena to be a statesman and to be real and to have a cowboy hat and be like, I want him to have like the little like pull up string.
Yes.
And like just like a shirt that doesn't fit. And he's like, yeehaw.
I kind of want his weapon to have like spurs, like his.
I
boots.
wanted to.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
cowboy.
there's so many things you can do with John Cena as a statesman
You got
that
a
I'm
lot
like,
right here, by the way. There you go.
that's gonna be so interesting.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
And
I'll be
how do I keep these 2 big name actors and bring them into this next movie? Just make him a Kingsman, make him a statesman.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
This movie was pretty mid up until that point.
Really, I was enjoying the hell out of this movie.
I liked
enjoyed-
it overall.
I enjoyed the first 2 acts. Lost me in the 3rd act. Like I saw my bar go slowly start to drip. It was like a solid 4 out of 5, and then it went to a 3.8, 3.5, and it was like, holy crap, this is like super boring now.
I mean, Sam Rockwell carried that movie.
Yeah,
as well, too.
He did.
Sam
It's
Rockwell
like
was doing some
Sam
heavy lifting.
Rockwell and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas.
as the straight woman. Yeah,
I was telling Rene this that Bryce Dallas Howard is everything that Hollywood tries to hide, and she does such a great job in this movie.
What do you mean by tries to hide?
Bryce Dallas Howard is not the face that Hollywood likes to promote because she's a little more natural looking than
Sure.
all the other actresses that
Yeah.
Hollywood likes to
Sure.
showcase. But the thing is, and Andy and I were talking about this in the car, she is so beautiful.
Mhm.
Like, she's got a very natural face. She's
I'm-
very natural looking.
I'm not gonna lie. I like her more as a red.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
she's
no.
better
She
as a
look-
redhead.
She
As a
looks, she
redhead,
looks
yeah.
a lot better as a redhead.
But
than
the
a
thing
blonde.
is that she has a very natural look, and with that, really, really great acting.
she does. She
really
she-
great.
She does some really good heavy lifting when it comes to the emotional scenes.
Yes, when she went from anxiety-driven Ellie Conway to like Rachel Kelly,
Mhm.
or Rachel
Hmm?
Argylle.
No, it's not R. Kelly.
It's Rachel
R. Kyle.
Argylle. God, you made me say
Rachel
Kelly.
Kyle.
Rachel Kyle.
Not R. Kelly.
So when you went
That's
from
that's
anxiety
somebody
to
totally different.
Rachel Kyle seriousness, that
Yes.
transition's difficult to make. She did it so well.
She did a really great, and I really enjoy that, and I really enjoy the idea of her losing her damn mind,
Yeah.
where she's talking to Argyle,
Mhm.
and in reality she's talking to Kyle. She's
Mhm.
talking to Rachel
Mhm.
in like the mirror when she's going like, I can't do this, and then Argyle starts going like, you can do this, like come on, and then when you realize, oh, she's talking
To
to
herself.
herself. She's talking to that more confident personality.
Mhm.
It's like, oh dang, that's super sick. I enjoyed this movie a lot because I love cheesy spy movies.
Sure.
I love a good cheesy spy movie. I love, like old 70s spy movies. That's the thing about them. You can kind of tell where they're going. You can kind of see, like, if you're following and you kind of know where things are going, you can slot it in pretty well and go like, okay, I kind of see where these twists are coming.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the comedy that was going into it. I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed the twist at the end. I kind of, the only thing I was kind of missing was at the ending. I do like the fight between her and was it Sam Rockwell?
Mhm.
But I was really hoping that they were gonna have like a smarter. What is this?
I don't know. You
Is this
tell
from the
me.
wig?
Oh, probably that's what it is.
It's from the wig. Oh my god. Anyway, what the?
You probably
where-
stuck to your glass.
It's it's on your glass.
Oh, it's on my glasses. Oh, there it is. Anyway, it's from the skit. Anyway, what was it? Oh yeah, I was really hoping that they were gonna have that kind of like Kingsman wit,
Yeah.
where it was like, oh no, we need a retinal scan. And then immediately you see Bryan Cranston come out and it's like, yeah, you need my peepers.
Can you look up to see the rating of Argylle? Is it PG-13 or is it rated R?
I think it's PG-13 because I didn't hear them really use the F word a lot.
They used Ellie used it once, and then there wasn't any like head explosions or anything graphic, like Kingsman.
I could see it being
I
PG-13.
think it was PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah.
So
Because I really wanted that moment of like, dang, if only we had him. And then just to kind of see him go like, what?
So I will say this, and I'll leave these as my final thoughts so that you guys can put in your final thoughts
Mhm.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Two main points that I feel like I need to defend this movie for. One, I think that this movie had a very great story.
Mhm.
As a script, this story was phenomenal.
Mhm.
Right.
It was very spy. It was a very romantic spy
Mhm.
story.
I understand why the talent jumped on.
Yes. As a movie, it didn't hold my attention as it should have
Do
with
you-
other Matthew Vaughn
So
movies.
you feel that this is a better book than it is a movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is funny because it's a movie about a book. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Like a real life book?
No, because of Argylle.
Argyle.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
The second thing I want to address, which this is more towards people that are probably going to be disappointed watching this movie and thinking like, well, I expected Kingsman. I want you guys to remember The Glass Onion. Originally, Rian Johnson was making a movie in the Knives Out universe,
Mhm.
and he wanted to make the movie Glass Onion
Mhm.
and not put the Knives Out
Yeah.
title next to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Reason being is because he doesn't want the Knives Out weight to kind of carry this movie forward. He
Right,
wanted
which
this
is
movie
fair.
to be
Yeah.
on its own. Netflix then comes in and says, well, you know, people probably won't watch this movie if we don't put the Knives Out subtitle in
Put
there.
the knives out, and then it'll
It'll sell,
Mhm.
which it did.
Mhm.
But Rian Johnson has come out on record to say it wasn't really his choice, and he kind of wished that the Glass Onion was just called the Glass Onion.
Well, I mean, like I mean, I could tell it was a Knives Out glass. I could tell it was a Knives Out sequel because you know you had the Matt Blanc.
Yeah,
exactly.
you had
Yeah.
LeBlanc.
But
Yeah.
it wouldn't fall back on it. It wouldn't fall back
Mm-hmm.
on the Knives Out
Mhm.
success, right?
Fr- In,
Now-
in that movie, I don't know why I really love that line where it's like, "Oh, it's genius." No, it's just dumb.
That was a good meme for a while.
Yeah.
It's
No,
genius.
no, it's just dumb.
So, with that
I
said,
love it.
Argylle,
Mhm.
I have a theory that Matthew Vaughn went to 20th Century Fox,
Yeah.
which originally were the producers of The Kingsman,
Kingsman.
and said,
Mhm.
what if we make a movie in the same universe, but not have it be deeply
Kingsman.
rooted to Kingsman? And 20th Century Fox said, no,
It needs to have Kingsman in the title.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Matthew Vaughn said, no, because it's supposed to be a spy movie. We want to keep it secret. He then went to Apple, and Apple said,
Do whatever you want.
200 million. There you
Yeah.
go. That supposedly the budget was 200 mil.
Really?
I could see it.
Mm.
And
But the other thing too, because I know that what was it called? I know Andy's complaint too was the CGI was bad.
Which I think Apple is still a young company, and they probably just don't have assets to make Matthew Vaughn's movies look
Yeah.
as
Not
Matthew
only
Vaughn
that-
I mean
movies.
But
but all the CGI in even in the Kingsman was pretty shoddy as well too. If you think about it,
Um,
The
It doesn't,
scene
it
where-
doesn't hold up as well.
that's the thing is if you watch Kingsman and you watch the final fight between Eggsy and Samuel Jackson's little, henchman
With the knives.
with the knife legs. When Eggsy clicks his shoes and then cuts her, that looks pretty bad. It's
It
a
does.
slow mo shot.
I
as
think-
well,
it's
too.
not a great CGI.
Yeah.
I think the reason why it was very bad was because it was used a lot in the smoke sequences,
Mhm.
and whereas in Kingsman there was a lot more physical.
Mhm.
There was a lot more physical use. The fight scenes were more natural
Mhm.
with CGI to basically just make
Yeah.
it look better.
I
But it's
think
a very
yeah.
Matthew Vaughn movie in the sense of how he moved the camera with certain
Mhm.
actions.
Yeah,
And then the blinking sequences in Argylle were pretty sick.
that was pretty good. I like
Yeah.
that.
What were you gonna say?
No, it's just that you could tell though, like you said. So I love when Matthew Vaughn loves to give characters like these great moments in
Mhm.
these movies. With Kick-Ass 1, it was Hit Girl's hallway fight scene when
Mhm.
she fights all the guys. In Kick-Ass 2, I think it was also the final fight scene as well too.
Yeah, that was
between-
Kick-Ass and Red Mist.
Red
wasn't
Mist.
it?
They had a good fight as well too. Kingsman, obviously, it was the church scene with Colin Firth.
Oh, and
Oh,
Matthew Vaughn
yeah.
with God mode.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it also Hit Girl versus Mother Russia?
Yeah, see, that was good as well too.
Hit Girl
Yeah.
versus Mother Russia. Yeah.
That was pretty good CGI as well too.
Kingsman Golden Circle with what's
There-
his name?
there was, like-
Merlin.
there was like two two
the
good
fir-
scenes.
in the very beginning when was it when he's fighting
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie?
That was
one's
pretty good.
That's a
With
good
Prince
scene.
playing in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
And
Prince
then
playing in the
Merlin
background.
doing his last song
Mhm.
before he
Yeah.
dies.
That's a
There's great character moments that Matthew Vaughn likes to do, and he does that in Argylle.
He
Yes.
does.
Yeah,
The train fight sequences and the apartment sequences were
Apartments
really good.
was funny, and then the hallway fight scene when they're dancing but killing at the same time. They're like having their
I-
dance together.
I think
Oh,
it's
and the
int-
smoke screen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was okay for me.
I like
but the
it.
thing is
Yeah,
that
there's nothing wrong with it.
I liked
Just
it
wasn't for
because
me.
it's not actually what was happening,
Mm-hmm.
which I also do like because they're both crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think they needed to just preference the fact that they were both nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at it when they're showing what they're doing,
The infrared.
when they're showing what they're doing,
Mhm.
and then when it shows the infrared, it shows a lot closer to them tactically just
Yeah.
shooting, and then from their view, it was like a ballet dance.
Basically, yeah.
And I do think that if you would have kind of made it where it was like, oh yeah, they're either schizophrenic or they're just crazy, that scene would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
It is.
It's a fun movie.
Last thought
I
for
agree.
me is that I enjoyed it for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the fact that it's a romantic spy story,
Mm-hmm.
I can let it exist for what it is.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't discourage people to go watch it. No, because there's certain
I'll
movies-
let it exist.
I'll let it exist.
I tell
I'll
people,
let it
so-
exist.
So what I've been telling people, because I go, oh yeah, it's another Matthew Vaughn movie, the guy that did Kingsman.
Mhm.
Some people are like, oh, I love Kingsman. Kingsman's good. I'm like, well, if you enjoyed Kingsman, you'll definitely enjoy Argylle. I just tell them that's about it.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it to. It's definitely on Matthew Vaughn's least enjoyable films for me,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think he's had a miss. I think
No.
all his movies so far have been pretty
Yeah.
enjoyable.
I think a lot of people, you know, it's funny when I talk about Kingsman with certain people prefer Kingsman over Golden Circle.
I'm
can
on
see
that
that.
boat.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
on that boat.
Kingsman is actually the superior
It's-
movie compared to
it's the better
Golden
movie.
Circle.
Yeah.
Because Golden Circle had a more slapstick comedy
Mhm.
in it, while Kingsman had a better story.
Yeah.
I do wish that they made more. I kind of wish that they were doing both timelines at the same time.
I would
They
love to
probably
see a
will with an
sequel
Apple
for
series.
Kingsman.
I think
Apple
that-
has Argylle. They'll probably make a series out of
I think that would be really sick if you were to do Kingsman
Mhm,
and then actually have like a Kingsman
mhm.
one. I would love it. I would love it so much if
Mhm.
Kingsman turned into a show, kind of like
I still
Mission
want
Impossible.
I still want to see what the Kingsman did involved how with the Third Reich.
So-
Like,
Well,
I wanna
anyway,
see
I
that.
thought it was
I
interesting
would
because
love
the
to see that.
well
I would see
to
that.
close out,
Yeah.
I this topic especially, the movie ends and then it says book 1
Mhm.
coming soon, which implies that he's making a bigger universe.
Yeah.
with the Kingsman and also Argylle.
Argylle.
Mhm.
I'm interested in it.
It's super weird though because just with the beginning of Kingsman 1,
Mhm.
with like him annihilating half the world,
Mhm.
it's really hard not to mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's super hard not to mention like, hey, remember when everybody just went nuts and started
Yeah.
murdering each
But
other?
we don't know where King or Argylle takes place.
That's the thing though. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Mhm.
So I mean, if anything, it could be a prequel to Kingsman and then Argylle comes up later.
I think it might be because they were showing they had their burner phones were a little bit old tech.
But then Samuel L. Jackson plays a CIA agent in here, and then
Uh-huh.
in the Kingsman he plays
You can do
Valentine.
both. It doesn't matter.
maybe they're
he-
twins.
Well, and plus Valentine had a speech impediment as well too.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I don't mind people
Maybe-
playing different characters
yeah.
inside the same
You
universe.
just love
I'm
the
fine
series
with
so much.
it. I love this.
I'm on that boat.
Well, maybe
I love
they're-
it, and
maybe-
I love Samuel L. Jackson too. Like Samuel L. Jackson, he
Maybe-
could read this. He could read the phone book.
I was
and
gonna say
I'd be
because
interested.
maybe they are like related characters. in
They
some way,
probably
yeah.
are. What are you guys' last thoughts before we wrap up the topic?
I overall go ahead and watch it. It's I think it's a good date movie as well too because it's just super fun.
Can you
It's
click the
like a-
Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, you want to see the
You got it-
score for
you
the
got it-
audience?
Oh wow,
I got a 35.
65. Oh, that's
Yeah,
not
people
bad.
are enjoying it. Okay,
It's
good.
a fun. It's a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a popcorn movie. I really enjoy it. I do think that he thought that Alfie was gonna steal the show
Yeah.
just because there's a lot
marketing.
of scenes.
Yeah.
Marketing wise, like I feel
cat.
like the cat was gonna like that's what they
If-
thought. They were like, oh yeah,
if-
the cat's gonna be cute.
If they showed more quirky cat scenes in it, maybe. But for the way that the movie is and they're showcasing the cat doesn't really.
I
steal
would
the
have loved
show.
it if the cat was a secret agent.
Or what if they,
Or was it Key or something like that?
Some people were already making like predictions that Argyle is the cat. They're just
That would
like,
have been hilarious.
I would have been like, how do you play that out? But it's like, I mean, in a joke aspect, I guess that's funny.
what about if the cat was a sleeper?
Metamorphosis.
Mhm.
If the cat,
The
like,
cat was a sleeper agent.
like the cat is actually
That's why-
the
well,
leader
that's-
of the what is it this what's the
the division.
The
division? Yeah,
I just thought it would be funny because every single time the cat seems to do anything, it's always against them.
You know what? I wouldn't mind if John Futches, or however you pronounce his the name, the screenwriter for this movie,
Yeah.
actually wrote a book series
For Argyle?
for Argyle.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. Or if Matthew Vaughn wrote it,
Yeah.
totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Fun movie.
You have last thoughts, Nick?
Fun movie. I say go watch it. If not, it's gonna be out on Apple Plus
Probably.
pretty soon and everything else. Because I feel like they're not gonna make this decision on just movie theater. I think they're also gonna make the decision based off of Apple Plus.
Bryce Dallas Howard's going to jump on this one immediately. She'll probably be like,
I mean, it's Bryce Dallas Howard. It's
she's very enthusiastic with like series that she loves.
Yeah.
So it'll work. I
And
mean,
they
Jurassic
all-
World got like 2 other movies, and that was because
they all had a great
She loved the
time,
character.
and
Yeah.
you got a solid cast, solid crew. I think this movie's gonna get a sequel.
Yeah. All right. We'll see the direction that Argylle takes in the future. We've got about 10 to 15 minutes left on the
Really?
show. So let's talk about the Academy Awards. So I will go ahead and talk to you guys, the audience, for just a second. Because you guys can also partake in what we're about to do. I spent 2 hours of my day creating this sheet right here. Basically, this little packet that has all the Academy Award nominations that are going to be happening for this year's awards. with little check mark boxes in them.
Okay.
I will leave a link in the description
So you can also play the game with it.
so you guys can also participate. Or if you guys don't want to, at least you guys have a nice little form as well. So you guys can host your little parties and do this as well with your group and stuff and like that. But we want to hear from you guys. If you guys have predictions, go ahead and send us. Maybe they can email us the forms and they can choose as well.
Yeah.
But to kind of give you a walkthrough of
See
what
who
it is.
got closest.
Yeah, exactly. See how you guys did. But essentially what this form does is it gives you all the categories, all the nominations, including the movies and the people that worked behind it and certain things. And I've also included footnotes on the bottom because Golden Globes and the Oscars tend to have similar when someone wins a Golden Globe, more than likely they're going to win an Oscar.
More times than not.
More times than not. But the difference is that the Golden Globes actually gives out more awards for certain, what is it called? Certain groups or certain categories. Because they're split into drama and musical and comedy. So, for example, if you guys go to the Best Picture, I put asterisks on Oppenheimer, Anatomy of a Fall, and what was the other one that I put an asterisk on? Poor Things.
Yeah.
The reason being is because Poor Things.
They sweeped on a lot of them.
Yes. Poor Things won Best Motion Picture in a musical comedy. Oppenheimer won Best Motion Picture in a drama. And Anatomy of a Fall won Best Motion Picture non-English language. That was the Golden Globes. But they're all nominated for the same category in the Oscars. So you guys can use that as a reference. With that said, Nick, Rene, and I are going to be taking this and kind of putting her, or we're going to basically answer these. Essentially, and then we're going to lock them up and put them away in a manila envelope where we won't see the results until after the Oscars. Then we'll have a conversation and see who was closest.
Surprised that Godzilla -1 isn't on this.
So it is on there.
No, but I mean for best director.
For best director, I think we'll look at okay, let's talk about the categories for a second. You want to talk about best director for a bit?
Well, I mean, we can just go down the line.
Do you really want to talk about like actor and leading role, actor and supporting
Can you
role?
start
I mean,
filling it out right now?
we could as we talk about.
I've been. That's what I've been doing.
So which category do you want to focus on? Have a little bit of a conversation on.
While we're doing this, we can always talk on like what about best supporting?
In
Best,
what? For
best supporting for male actor.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of like.
that's your pick. I'm gonna cross this out.
Best supporting actor.
If that's your pick, I'm out. I'm just.
No, Robert De Niro. Duh, come on.
You know what? Honestly, that's a toss up between the two of them. That
So-
really is a toss up between the two of them. Robert De Niro is such a classic star
Mhm.
of like movies and everything like that, and man, like he's a master of the craft.
You know what? The more I look at the category, the more I'm like, whoa, this is actually going to be a very interesting category because you have.
Which one?
Okay, so I'm going to mention all of them in the supporting role actor.
Sure.
Just out of respect. Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Here is the thing. Out of the 5 listed, I believe 3 have a very high potential of winning this Oscar.
Sure.
Robert De Niro, because it's Robert De Niro, and also
Killers of the Flower. Oh, the Flower is really good.
Martin Scorsese. Like
Yeah.
it automatically like puts you in the top list.
It's Robert De Niro, Scorsese, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Come on.
Robert Downey Jr. won the Golden Globe.
Yeah.
And he was also very, very phenomenal in Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Loved him. So that's my personal pick.
Yeah.
But then you also have Mark Ruffalo, who had a lot of buzz for Poor Things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if I pick Robert Downey Jr., someone else will probably take it. Looking at this list.
Ryan Gosling.
Right. the
Beat
the
'em
one we
all.
don't suspect actually takes it.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. If Ryan Gosling gets it,
That's a shock.
I would honestly, I'd be upset. Not that he doesn't deserve anything for his role or anything like that. He does a good job, but I do see names that are more deserving
No,
on this list.
I do. Yeah. And
I
that's
not only
disrespect.
that, but also I would say in general, this isn't the movie Ryan Gosling gets an Academy Award
No.
for.
I mean, the dude's still kind of young for an actor. He's like in his 40s. Still got.
Yeah,
He
he's
can
got
do
plenty
more.
of time.
He's got time. He's got time. You wanted to talk about directing and why Godzilla's not on there?
No, I'm just joking. I was just joking. Like,
I mean, if you look at
I
the
don't-
list.
I don't
The
care.
only one that
it's
I
Poor
don't know.
Things, the zone of interest.
That's the one that I don't know.
Killers of the Flower Moon, and then Anatomy of the Fall.
That I want to watch. That
Yeah.
French film. It's a French film.
It's a French film. Never mind. Off the list. Off the
Get
list.
outta here.
Have I seen it? No, but I don't need to.
Directing is an interesting one because you have Oppenheimer, who won the Golden Globe for that,
Right.
but then also Killers of the Flower Moon is there, and Martin Scorsese has an in with the Academy. But I stand by this. This is Christopher Nolan's last attempt at an Oscar.
You think so?
I think this was his Hail Mary. I don't think he can do better than Oppenheimer.
No.
He can't do better than that.
I think he can.
With his brother, yeah.
With his brother, yeah. I can see him
Interstellar
doing
was a
better.
banger. Interstellar was great.
Interstellar's good.
And everyone that keeps believing that Inception was like his best movie can no.
No, it's funny. I don't think that.
Well, there are people.
I think Prestige is.
Well, as one of his first ones.
I love Prestige.
I haven't seen Prestige yet.
You haven't seen Prestige?
I haven't seen it yet.
You'll love Prestige.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You'll
Isn't
love
it about a magician?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's about competing magicians.
Okay, so I'll probably watch. I have to watch it soon.
So it's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman as two magicians battling each other.
Hugh
out.
Jackman and Christian Bale. Okay, sold.
With what was it? And then Michael Caine is their mentor.
I'm sold.
And then what was it? It's oh my god, who was oh god, who was Black Widow? I can't remember her name right now.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. There she goes.
Oh, is she in it?
She's in it. She's their stagehand.
Did you already fill everything out?
Yes.
Dope.
He was quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, he was focused. He's like,
He was focused on boom, 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 boom.
Well, I was kind of it was 50% thinking, then the rest was just guessing.
Oh, nationals.
Yeah,
There's-
when we got
there
to
was
like
some.
documentary, I was like, okay, which one sounds the more artsy fartsy?
Which one stood out to you?
Eeny,
Which
meeny,
category
mo.
stood out to you?
Like as of interest.
Yeah, that you're just kind of like, oh, this one
you know
kinda
what? You know
had a
what?
little
You
bit
know
of
what I
trouble
feel
here.
is going to be a fight? Costume design.
For me, it was production actually.
Production or costume design? I feel
Yeah.
like it's going to be a fight because look, you have Barbie, then you
Yeah.
have Killers of the Flower Moon,
You got
you have
Napoleon,
Oppenheimer,
yeah,
and then
Poor
and then
Things.
Poor Things.
which
all
are
of
both
them-
visually striking films.
All
That's
of
the
them
thing.
have great costumes.
Mhm.
Like their costumes are amazing.
So yes, 100%.
All right, I think
I have
think
beef
just
with animated
because
feature
this is
films
gonna be-
Why?
Why? Which one was it?
because I firmly believe that The Boy and the Heron will win it.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
you want
But-
Spider-Man?
No, I want
I do.
Yeah.
I think it was honestly. I think it's a
The Boy.
technically it is not a stronger movie, but I think that
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man has
It
a
is-
lot of animation techniques.
That's the thing. It's
that are
far more
revolutionary.
advanced that they did. It's how many different animations are in that one movie?
A lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you have them all in one movie in same shots.
So
Yeah.
it's just that The Boy and the Heron didn't really.
You watched it?
No, I just don't have an interest for it.
I mean, who knows? It
And-
might be. I mean, it's probably. Really
Hayao Miyazaki kind of doesn't seem enthusiastic. Like, I mean, he loves the films that he
Mhm.
works on. He's said it before that he won't make a film that he doesn't feel proud of.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like he's talked enough about this one.
I see what you mean.
And it's just kind of like, are we giving him the Oscar because we feel like he's going to retire soon? Or are we going to give him an Oscar because The Boy and the Heron is actually good?
Should I put my name on this?
Yes.
Okay.
On every sheet, just in case.
You know what I'm
I'll do-
interested about?
okay.
Original song. Because Barbie is mentioned twice.
Yeah, but we all know who's going to get it.
I feel like I'm in school.
I'm just kidding. Dude, I swear to God, I'm just kidding gets it. I'm gonna be like, all right.
Writing adapted screenplay. So did you hear about the controversy for Barbie on that one?
No,
Yeah.
whatever.
That originally it was supposed to be best screenwriting, original screenplay, and then it got switched over to adapted screenplay.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, and I feel like I know why.
Why?
Because it is an adapted screenplay. Even though the story is original because it's not borrowing from anything else,
Right,
you're
right,
adapting
right.
the Barbie franchise.
But it's not a book.
It's not a book, but there's technically like a story, so you're adapting from an already existing.
Okay, so
property.
it's not a new idea.
Exactly.
I can
Because I'm
see
looking at the original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall original, because it's
Mhm,
not based off of anything.
Mhm.
The Holdover is the same thing. Maestro, May December, Past Lives. But then you look at everything else, the Zone of Interest, that's the one I don't know.
Dude, I can't wait. Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna. You can actually say Oscar nominee Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
Oscar,
3.
James Gunn has said it.
Yeah.
He said it already, so. Best Picture,
You think visual effects is gonna go to the creator?
Do I think? I want to believe. I want to believe.
Maybe.
Why are you quiet? Do you feel like you've got everything down?
No,
He already think he won.
no, I'm just kind of like
you selfish.
He's gonna come out afterwards like you
Don't
loser.
look at it.
Would you get on number 5?
Dude, I swear I won't copy. It's okay.
Would you give her number 5?
Look, if you want to talk about visual effects, we've agreed on it.
Yeah.
For once, Godzilla -1 was pretty good, but the creator was much more beautiful.
Mhm.
And
That's
again,
true.
this is nothing.
Visually, yeah.
This is nothing on the team that worked on the visual effects against Godzilla. For what they did, it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
a great movie. But then you look at the creator and you're like, damn, dude, I'm sold on everything that I'm seeing right here. This is dope.
So my question is, there were so many good movies this year. Do you think one movie will sweep?
Like all like a good
Like
majority.
boom, 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 boom.
I think
like
Oppenheimer's gonna take.
I think Oppenheimer is a good suggestion, but I also think that Poor Things could also, because it's been like it's just been talked about so much. There's so many things that are going
I
on
feel like
with it.
not a lot of
So-
people have watched Poor
But
Things.
the thing is
No.
that sometimes they go for the weirder movie.
Exactly. Like, think of it this way. Remember last year's Oscars for Best Sound was the Batman,
Yeah.
and then a couple other movies. Oh, what was that foreign war movie that was out? Like something 54 or whatever?
I forget what it was called.
But it was
I
that
know
one.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was that one, and then Top Gun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like I thought that Top Gun or the Batman weren't gonna win it, and then Top Gun won.
yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody was like, "Wait, what?"
Like Oscar,
Yeah.
because we can finally say
Your
Oscar
award-winner.
award-winning Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
So like when you look at, okay, I'll give you an example of one where I think is gonna be weird.
Mhm.
Makeup and hair. So Maestro,
Which one's that one?
Oppenheimer, Golda, Poor Things, and Society of the Snow.
I'm not gonna lie. I can see I can see one where it was weird enough,
So Poor Things is weird.
but the
But-
costumes and makeup are pretty cool.
But Society of the Snow, I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty damn good when it
How's
comes
the-
to the hair
how's
and
the
makeup.
The hair and makeup.
Yes, because they're all supposed to look like they've been out there for weeks.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it does look like they're gaunt and basically like deprived of everything in freezing temperatures. It looks legitimate. So what's to say that the Academy won't go in there and go like, you know what? Let's give it to the foreign Spanish film.
Dude, I love it that Mission Impossible is on 2 of these.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What is it on?
Sound and visual effects.
It's not going to get visual effects.
No.
No. Sound? What's in sound?
Oh, it's that.
Maestro, the creator,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer, and then A Zone of Interest. I
feel like
already.
Oppenheimer's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
win
gonna.
that.
For
that's-
sound?
Yeah.
It wasn't that good.
I don't know.
I think it was better than Creator. It's the silence.
But then Maestro's about music. It's about a composer.
True, but the thing is that I feel like Nolan was able to use, because Maestro used music to tell a story,
Mhm.
whereas Nolan used silence. And it's really hard to use silence correctly to give you that suspense and to
Oh.
give you that feeling of dread.
Whoops, I made a mistake on the sheet.
What'd you do?
I got to fix it. I
What'd
put
you
visual
do?
effects twice.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You know
did
what?
you?
I was wondering that. I was like,
Yeah, it's at the beginning and it's in the
Oh,
second
okay.
page and it's
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Then I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
okay.
I will fix it before I post it.
Okay.
But for these sheets, we have to work with it.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
just cross out that one there.
I'm just gonna put my initials.
Yeah, put your initials on there. And then we seal it. We don't talk about it. We just got to choose.
All right, cool.
But anything else we should mention before we wrap up the show regarding this list?
I'm gonna fold these.
No.
That way.
You want to fold them?
Well, that way when I put them in, you can't see it.
Okay, that's true.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. Anything else before we wrap up
Yeah,
the show?
Cheater.
Pumpkin.
You're the one that was trying to
Cheater.
copy him, dude.
Cheater. Did I?
Did you?
Did I?
Ask yourself that because I'm over here across the desk. Innocent. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of issue 184. Thank you so much for joining us here at Keeping Up with the Nerds. Don't forget to
Hold
check
on.
out our website.
Before we close out,
Keeping Up with the Nerds.
I want to show them that we put them in the thing.
Okay,
we're not,
fine.
and we're not cheating.
Fine.
I
haven't filled out mine. Does anyone want to close out the show while I fill it out?
yeah. Thank you for keeping up. Thank you for visiting. Keeping
Thank
up
you
with the
for
Nerds.
keeping up with the nerds, guys.
I'm so glad that you guys came to play with us today. That was a mean burp, dude. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you for watching us. You can find us at YouTube/keeping up with the nerds. Which I'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, X. Find us on iCloud, Keeping Up with Nerds.
Are we on that?
iCloud, what the heck?
That's
That's
I don't
not
know.
the thing.
What was it?
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts,
Spotify.
Spotify, wherever you find
Mhm.
podcasts is where we can be located.
We're also on YouTube.
Primarily on YouTube. If you want to see the skit, which make sure that you're sharing our skits. Make sure you're clicking that like, subscribe.
Really quick,
button.
guys. Sean was the one that directed this week's skit.
Yeah, let us know if we should fire him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. It's the make it or break it moment. for
Yeah, it's
him.
making a break it. We were
Yeah.
just like, you get one shot, one opportunity. What?
I was gonna say, are you gonna say the rest of the lyrics? Like,
What lyrics?
isn't that like an Eminem song?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? I never heard that.
This
But-
has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, guys.
Hold on,
Yeah.
before we close out.
I'm
Are
not
you
done. No.
Why aren't you
'Cause he
done?
was too busy talking.
I
man.
was.
So
Yeah.
was I. I still finished.
Yeah,
Well, maybe you got a lot of them wrong. We'll see what happens.
I guess
Wow.
so.
That's how I felt on
All right,
most
I'm just
tests.
gonna go with my gut. Give me
That's how I
like,
felt on most tests.
give me,
Driver's
Cool.
test.
I got most of them wrong.
Yeah.
You guys can keep talking. I'm just.
Oh yeah. So like the popcorn bucket.
So-
are we gonna are we all gonna like take turns
What?
or like the popcorn bucket? Are we gonna like
Oh
take
yeah, I
turns on
guess
it?
so. Maybe. Yeah.
I think we are.
I should be the first one.
I already went.
Oh, that's right.
God, you guys are so terrible.
Like I already did it. It's not bad. I've had better.
Oh my God, I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
so hard to finish up this
Yeah.
quick so you guys don't have to hear anything that's going on right now.
How long does it take you?
I'm debating a documentary short
It
film.
depends. It depends, really. If I
Just
get a
any,
good-
mini, mighty, mo it.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe it. C's always the right answer.
Yeah.
See, honestly, I thought about just going C all the way down for the joke,
Uh-huh.
and just going boom middle,
Yeah.
and then
Get every single one right.
And then, and then that way when we pulled it out, it's like Nick, why is it just a line through each middle?
Yeah.
I pick C.
It's just
That's how
C, yeah.
that's how you pass. But
Is that really like a
it was
like a good strategy? Like,
it is because most of the time the answer is C. It's always the middle one. That's what they say. So
All
it's,
right.
it's a good strategy.
Let's see. Did I write everything out? Did I fill everything out here? Do I have to initial it or can I just?
Just initial the page. That's it. Or I mean,
you're
initial one
folding
and then
it,
fold it.
yeah. Or just initial it when you fold it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. All right, go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. Hold on one second. Before we wrap up, give me it. No, just give me it.
We'll just put your initials on the fold.
It's-
There you
There
go.
you go. BQ.
Done. There you go.
You're so cute. Anyway, let's do this. Hang on. Oh my God, no. It's empty. Hang on. Boom. Sealed. And
We're gonna. You have to sign. We all have to sign it with blood.
boom.
All of us sign it.
It's mine.
All of us. Signature.
Are we signing it?
Sign
Yeah,
it.
sign it,
So that way
dude.
we make sure nobody opened it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You got to sign over it.
Yeah, sign over it.
Oh, you just initialed it.
I don't have a signature.
You don't?
No.
No, I do. Here's mine. Ready?
Yeah.
Ah, damn it!
It's the end part. It's the,
Literal last 5 seconds of the podcast.
Why can't I not sign? I'm just signing like this. Screw
Jesus
this.
Christ, dude. All right. Look,
One.
there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
Signed. We're not gonna open it until after the. What is that?
When's the Oscars?
In like 3 weeks.
Oh, is it
Alright.
3 weeks?
Yeah, it's in March.
Okay.
Just put it in there.
Okay.
And then-
I'll put it in our box.
yeah, we'll put it in our box.
Put it in the prop box.
Put it in the
Wrap
prop
it
box.
up.
Now wrap it up.
This has been Queued Up with the Nerds, issue 184, and my name is Rene.
Nick.
It's Bryan.
Signing off from Undercity Comics. We'll see you all next time.
Woo!
Bye.